What's up, feature millionaires? It's your boy MTI, and I still get a bunch of questions regarding, hey Mike, how long is the drip faucet going to be here? Hey Mike, is it too late to join? Hey Mike, where's your buddy address? I still get all of those questions. And so just to answer those real quick, number one, the buddy address I don't have in the description because I'm not looking to grow a team. There are a ton of other drip YouTubers out there that you can sign up with and use their buddy address, but that's why I don't have a buddy address, because I'm not one to grow a team. I'm one to kind of do this solo dolo. Number two, people ask, hey Mike, how long is the drip faucet going to be here? One thing I can tell you is the short answer: I have no idea, but I'm going to be touching on this and kind of my mindset on the faucet that will hopefully kind of help you with that question. Now, one thing I will tell you, the drip faucet has been here about 18 months. It's been here since April of last year. Then the other question I get, hey Mike, is it too late to join? Well, I'm going to be covering some regarding that as well that will hopefully help you with that question, because at the end of the day, I don't have a crystal ball and none of this is financial advice, but I am at least showing you my personal journey that will hopefully help you make your own assessment. Now, one thing I want to talk about the drip faucet. Either way, you're going to know what's going to happen. And for me personally, I'm just speaking for myself, sink or swim, I'm going to be in the faucet. Now, I'm not saying the faucet is sinking, but at the same time, we got to be realistic. Nothing in life lasts forever, right? Nothing is just guaranteed forever. But at the same time, I still think drip is going to be here for a nice amount of time. So I do want to say that. Now, when we talk about the drip faucet, a lot of people say, is it too late to join? And how long is it going to be here? Those are the two main questions that people get, definitely if they're thinking about, getting into the faucet. Now, one thing I want to tell you is, I've already mentioned the faucet has been here over 18 months, so it showed it can be very sustainable even through the bear market. Now, one thing I want to tell you, when you talk about how long is the faucet going to be here, or is it too late to join, one thing I want to tell you is, first and foremost, you want to figure out how many drip tokens are you starting with, because that's going to depend on how long it takes you to get to that max wallet. And the beautiful thing about the drip faucet is, you're going to have three outcomes potentially. Number one, like any investment in life, you can lose your money. Number two, you can break even. Or number three, you can make some life-changing money. And that's the thing with the drip faucet. You know these three outcomes is going to happen within the time frame of when you invested, based off of how long it may take you to reach that max wallet. Let me briefly explain. So if you start with one drip token, which is under $6 at the time of this video, it'll take you 3 years to reach a max wallet if you're compounding once per day. If you start with 100 drip tokens, it would take you 2 years to max your wallet out if you're compounding once per day. If you start with 1,000 drip tokens, it would take you a little bit under a year to max out your wallet if you're compounding once per day. So now that you kind of know the parameters based off of how many drip tokens you have and how long it would take you to reach that max payout, this is how you should make your assessment on those questions. How long would drip be here, and is it too late? One, you want to figure out, if you're going to join the faucet, how much are you joining with? How many drip tokens? Then you need to figure out, based off of how many drip tokens you have, do I think drip's going to be here, the faucet in particular? Do I think the faucet's going to be here based off of the time it's going to take me to reach my max payout and also be able to reap the rewards of that max payout? That's the mindset that I would take if I was new thinking about getting into the faucet. That's the mindset I would take personally, based off of how many drip tokens you have. And if you're going to stay disciplined to the strategy, how long is it going to take you to get to that max payout? Do you think the faucet is going to be here in particular? That's how you want to look at this whole assessment. Me, I'm about 8 months away from a max wallet. Me personally, I think drip is still going to be here in 8 months. And I also think it's going to be here for me to reap the rewards from a maxed out wallet as well. That's just my personal opinion and based off of my education, right? So that's something you want to figure out, on your own, because I can't tell you how long drip's going to be here. I have no idea, but I do think it's going to be here for me to reap the rewards from me compounding every day, right? So let's briefly look at the price of drip. At the time of this video, you can see the price of drip, $5.58. Now, yes, we can see the prices definitely have been pulling back, but I am still compounding. Now, one thing I want to tell you, the thing about the drip faucet, hopefully, if you're invested in the faucet, you use risk capital. Now, I'm only speaking for myself. I use risk capital when I got into the faucet. Now, that doesn't mean I want to lose my money. However, that means if I was to lose it, I will be fine because I use risk capital, which allows me to be in a more calculated risk position because I know within 8 months or less, am I going to lose my money, break even, or have life-changing money? I'm going to know either way in 8 months or less. You can say that if you're just buying and holding. And I still have a lot of great OG cryptos that I'm up a nice amount on that I'm buying and holding on. For example, XRP, XLM, Chainlink, just to name a few. And there are other blue chip cryptos that I hold as well. But when you talk about the faucet, you're going to know either way what's going to happen. You don't necessarily know what's going to happen with a buy or hold, right? Whereas you may say, well, you don't know exactly what's going to happen with the drip faucet. But one thing I do know, at least I have a time frame on where I'm going to know one of those three things are going to happen. You can't say that with the buy and hold, right? Because we don't know how long this bear market's going to last. We don't know if some of the cryptos we're holding now is going to fully recover the next bull market. We expect it to, but we're also depending on that price. Whereas you building cash flow and you're building passive income, you don't necessarily have to depend on the price the entire time. Does the price matter to a degree? Yes, it matters when you're selling, if you're talking about just a normal crypto and not a stable coin. But depending on how you're using it, depending on what protocols you are in, price matters a little depending on how things are done, right? So let me briefly explain. Here's the faucet, right? Here's the faucet. I got $28.98. Let's go to dripfaucet.app. The price is under $6 right now, but you can see at a maxed out wallet, $27,504, technically $27,398, but we're going to say $27,504. You can see 165K, about $1,300 a day after the tax, right? That's just at a $6 price target. So at a $1 price target, check this out. So think about this. That's 27,000 that you're earning 1% a day on, right? So let me show you this. This is the whale tax chart, and I broke down how all of this works. So if you're, unfamiliar or this is your first time seeing it, definitely check that video out. It would definitely help you out on letting you know how much drip tokens you're going to have and how much you can potentially make, right? So let's just say the price is $1. I purchased about 1,000 drip tokens, which means after the whale tax and the claim and sell, I'm going to have about 46,000 drip tokens. So essentially what that means is every $1, that's $46,000 I would have, right? For every dollar that it goes up, if you want to look at it that way in most simplest terms. So $2, that will be about 92K, right? Because remember, $1 times the quantity amount is what that's going to be, right? $1 times 46,000 is 46,000. $2 times 46,000, 92,000, so forth and so on. So even though this is not what I wanted to make, I still didn't lose because my faucet right here is a little bit over 16,000. I didn't invest 16,000 into the faucet, right? So this is the power of compounding and being able to be in protocols that will pay you a daily dividend, right? Now, granted, I can take this out right now. It's not time for me to compound yet, but I can take this out right now if I choose to and put it in my wallet. But I want to compound and grow my deposit so I can get to that max payout, right? The max payout is 100,000 drip tokens. Right now I'm at 10,576, right? So in 8 months, I will be there. As you can see, June 4th or before, I'm going to be at that max payout, right? I believe the faucet is still going to be here by then. And I also believe it's going to be at $5 or higher in my personal opinion. That's just me, right? Based off of my education, my research, and seeing what's going on. But here's the faucet here. But again, for those that's saying, hey, Mike, how long is it going to be here? I have no idea. But I told you what I personally think. But again, I'm not saying what you should do. I'm sharing with you what I'm personally doing because what I believe in, right? Remember, crypto is a solo sport. We go to the animal farm here. We can see pigs is definitely starting to move up again at $142. We can see we got about 8 days until the farms and the pools open up. Now the garden has been taking a hit, as you can see, 477,000. Remember, it hit a high of 516,000 LPs before it started pulling back. So you can see I got about 3.2 million plants. I have a little bit over 100,000 ready to go. So after this video, it'll be time for me to go ahead and compound. I can also take out the $78 as well if I chose to. So not only can I take this out right now, but I could also take this out right now as well in a bear market, which is well over 200 bucks. You know what I mean? If I chose to do so, but I'm compounding this back into the system. Now I want to show you my garden as well, because as you can see, it's been taking a hit. So it's nice to see when things are up, but it's also nice to show you guys how things look when things aren't going up so much, right? When things have pulled back a little bit. Because if you look right here, I think September 26th, maybe. Yeah, look at that. September 25th, 516,000 LPs was the high within the last short-term period before we pulled back to 477,000 LPs, which is why the total asset value has took a significant drop, which is why the drip LPs have pulled back as well, because as we know, the drip price has been pulling back, right? It's around $5.50 now, right? So with that pulling back and people pulling LPs out of the contract, that's going to take a significant hit on the contract balance and your garden as a whole, right? So just showing you this because, yeah, it's cool to see people making money, you know, when things are going up, which I still am, but you can also see the asset value is down compared to what, you know, I invested, right? So if we look here at drip.formulate, let's briefly refresh this real quick. You can see at 107,000 plants, 9.35 LPs, and I was, you know, at one point around 10.5 LPs. So I've definitely taken a hit on my LP ratio due to, you know, the garden LP being pulled back and the price of drip pulling back as well. So just wanted to show you guys how this looks, because it's one thing to show, hey, this is how it looks, you know, when things are all green, but no one shows when things are, you know, somewhat red, because not all the time my account's going to be here. I'm expecting as each month go on, my account's going to be bigger and bigger because I expect the faucet to be here. So there's going to be people that come in after you that's watching this video 3 months, 4 months, 5 months down the road that may just see a video like this, but they didn't watch the first videos when I start talking about it on YouTube and say, hey, I used to only be at this amount, but now I'm here. And so this is why I'm putting all this out here so people can actually see it. Like Stunna would say, documentation beats conversations. You either going to see me lose money, break even, or you're going to see me make life-changing money. Either way, you guys are going to see it happen, and we know it's going to happen in the next 8 months or less. We can't say that with just buy and hold cryptos, even with the blue chip cryptos, because we have no idea when things are fully going to recover. Yeah, we can do TA and make an expectation, or when we think it's going to happen, or even if you want to go off the next Bitcoin halving, which is in 2024, you know, that's a little bit over a year from now, right? Let's say drip is still here, and let's just say it's at $10 a year from now. Think about how many people got rich. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing that out there. Think about how many people got rich. And just telling you, it's already made a ton of people rich. It's been here over 18 months and now has the animal farm. It has other things that's coming out to help it stay sustainable. And one thing I want to say, let me know what you think about this. I believe the faucet needs the animal farm, but I don't believe the animal farm needs the faucet, right? However, that's a good thing in a sense, because the animal farm is an ecosystem that can stand on its own while bringing other investors in, right? People can come in without having to get into the faucet and park their money into the farm. The farm just helps incentivizes the faucet even more. Let me know what you think about that. But that's pretty much what I wanted to cover, kind of my mindset on the faucet, kind of clear up some of those questions. And hopefully, you know, this helped those people that may are thinking about getting into the faucet. So remember, 1 drip, 3 years, 1 drip, 3 years, 100 drip, 2 years, 1,000 drip, a year or less. And that's compounding once per day. So I would highly recommend do some education on the faucet if this is what you're thinking about doing, so you can make the best assessment for yourself, and also use risk capital so that way you can be in the best calculated position. That's what you want to do. Every investment is a risk. I don't care what you're investing in. Even if you're investing in Bitcoin, there's a risk, but you want to have the most calculated risk that you can have as possible. So if you gain some value from this video, definitely smash the like button, share this video out with the drip community, and shout out to the drip community as well. Super strong community. And also, if you guys want to, chat with me in a 30-minute session, I do one-on-one coachings and mentorship. And some people, just sign up to kind of just, pick my brain and talk with me. That's fine too. The link will be in the description. I will catch you all on the next one.